The third requirement of the defence of duress by threats is in terms of immediacy of the threat and the possibility of escape. The threat must be playing on the mind of the defendant at the time that he or she commits the offence, and there should be no time to go to the police or escape from the threat. If we go back to our old scenario with Bob and the young man who threatened him, if Bob had time, if the threat happened, let's say the young man visited Bob one day and threatened him and then went away, then Bob potentially has the time then to report what's happened, go to the police, escape perhaps from the threat. If, however, the young man came to his room, stayed in his room, made a threat to him to go out into the rooms of the other residents and steal from them, then potentially the threat is still immediate there, and Bob would have no time to go to the police, so could use the defence if that was the case. The fourth and final requirement of the defence of duress is that there must be a connection, sometimes called a nexus, between the threat and the offence committed. In other words, the defendant must be told of a specific crime or offence that they have to commit. And then they must go on to commit that specific offence in order to use the defence. And in the scenario we've been looking at, Bob was told exactly what he had to do. He had to go into the other residents' rooms, steal the money, and then pass that money on to the young man who threatened him. So he satisfies that requirement. If, however, the young man had simply said to Bob, I want some money off of you, get me some money, and Bob then made his decision as to how he was going to do this, then there would be no connection between the threat and the offence committed, and Bob would be unlikely to be able to use the defence of duress.